Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily NVIDIA report for Thursday, March 13th, 2025. Let's take a look at the charts. This is the weekly chart. We certainly tested that 107.78 channel bottom this week and last week. It's 107.65 on the daily chart, which I can show right here. And that's the number we use for today. I don't expect to see that level, but we have come off of it nicely. And yes, if you're long now, that's a good thing because we've been mentioning how after testing 107 handle support, the upper 130s remain a 3 to 5 week or sooner objective. And there's a few channel structures there, but this is the primary one, 138.30 on the weekly chart. There's also a different structure that is more familiar if you've been watching this series for the last 3 or 4 weeks. That is the channel top that we had drawn prior to the recent low that contained the highs about 3 or 4 weeks ago. It's at 134.55, and we're not going to see any of this anytime soon. What did occur yesterday, and that is Wednesday, was the fact that we opened above the 111.17 structure. I can't say that it contained selling pressures on Wednesday because I don't think we actually tested it. But having opened above it was a sign of strength right out of the gates. Having closed above it, 111.17, does affirm this bottom picking dynamic at 107.65, anticipating the upper 130s over the next 3 to 5 weeks. The 123.24 is now considered a 3 to 5 day objective following yesterday's settlement above 111.17. 111.17, talking to day traders and 3 to 5 day swing traders, can be bought today, anticipating 123.24 over the next 3 to 5 days. Day traders could buy 111.17, anticipating perhaps 119.33. 119.33 is a line study that I use quite often in my work. I have for years. It's a descending 1/3 speed line. It may contain intraday, possibly daily highs. If we close today above 119.33, you can expect a test tomorrow of 123.24, which is nothing more than a 3/8 upside Fibonacci off that January high against the recent low that was put out Tuesday of this week. 123.24 can contain daily highs. If we close above 123.24 in the coming days, we're just another week or two away from reaching our 3 to 5 week objective in the 138.63 area and climbing. I think that covers the upside pretty well. Let's talk downside, that if we do break or open perhaps below 111.17, 107.65 in reach today. So if we break or open below 111.17, 107.65 in reach, that is a meaningful support level. As we've been saying, a longer term channel bottom. You can see it on the weekly chart at 107.78. That can absorb selling not only through April, but there's the very real possibility that, yes, while we are expecting 138.60 as a 3 to 5 week objective, over the next 3 to 5 months, we can test channel resistance that is presently in the mid 160s. So, if you are long at 107 and change, there's different time frames, of course, but if you're a 3 to 5 week position holder, it really is the upper 130s. But if you're more of a near-term investor, you may be long now and holding out for the low to mid 160s as a 2 to 3 month objective. And that is what's possible above 107.78. Let's take a look at the downside. I'll go back to the daily chart, 107.65. We also have 103.32, this descending channel bottom. We use this sort of what I call the slippage factor against 107.65. On Tuesday, we almost tested the channel bottom. We're getting late in the week. I could have decoupled it from 107.65, but I think really what we're seeing here is a settlement tomorrow below 107.65 by a full 1% margin, below this channel bottom by a full 1% margin, which today is 106.57. Now, this number will be re-emphasized tomorrow, Friday. I don't think it's all that relevant today because I don't expect the market to fall back to 107.65 today. But if we close tomorrow, Friday, below the 107.65 formation by a full 1% margin, and yes, that would be a 106.57 settlement price tomorrow or lower. That number will be a little different tomorrow because the channel bottom is rising just a little bit. But if we close at or below 106.57 tomorrow, Friday, then we enter another significant sell signal that should, over the next few months, reach 76.89. 76.89 is a 2-year channel bottom that may well contain selling through the rest of the year, and I do not expect it unless we close the week tomorrow, Friday, below the 107.78 formation by a full 1% margin, 107.65 on the daily chart. So we will give you the exact number, of course, in Friday's report, which will be tomorrow. On Tuesday, wickedstocks.com put out a stock pick on Home Depot. You might want to check that out. You'll see it for free if you go to wickedstocks.com and take advantage of our 5-day free trial. You'll also see our daily triple Q and daily SPY analysis, our second stock pick for the week, which will be released today, Thursday, weekly Apple stock, weekly S&P 500, and NASDAQ 100. And that pretty much covers it. I will be back, of course, tomorrow with Friday's NVIDIA report. You have a great evening.